What's up, coaster fans? I'm Dan Hauer, and this is Allie, and you're watching On the Road with Coaster Nation.
Keep your eyes on the road and your hands in the air.
So we're on our way back from Kings Island. We just visited the park for the first time for the 2016 season, and we weren't there just on a regular tour. We met with Dawn Helbig, their PR guy, and we did a little behind-the-scenes tour of their new Tropical Plunge water slide that they're going to be debuting in May. It opens Memorial Day weekend. So we went on a tour. It looked awesome. The slides were very colorful.
It's been a few years since we've actually been to their water park because we typically visit them in like April like we did now, or late in the season when the park is closed. So it was really nice to check out some of their new things. Last year they added a wave pool and a bunch of beach volleyball nets and more slides, and even more slides this year. So it's a very nice water park. If you have never been to Kings Island Water Park, definitely make it on your to-do list. For those that have never been to Kings Island before, it is one of our personal favorite parks. It is part of the Cedar Fair family, and it's located, like Dan said, in Mason, Ohio. So the park itself, there are many large coasters. That includes Firehawk, the Bat, Flight of Fear, Diamondback, the Beast, the Stunt Coaster, and more. So you really can hit up coasters and ride coasters all day. They're very smooth. Banshee that they just released recently a few years ago, super smooth inverted coaster. It will not whip you around. The Beast, of course, is my personal favorite wooden coaster in the country. It's a very fun ride. If you've never been on it, definitely go to the Beast. Sometimes wooden coasters kind of scare people a little bit. They think they're going to be rough. This one is smooth as can be.
Banshee's also one of my favorite coasters, of any coaster, especially the inverted coaster. It's my favorite inverted coaster. And it's not only because it's smooth, it's just, it has a cool theme, which is, not so common for Cedar Fair parks, because most of their coasters aren't themed, or very little themed, I should say. They have an entrance sign, and that's about it. But throughout the queue line, they have cool things like the tombstone from Son of Beast, which is where Banshee sits, where Son of Beast formerly was. Which Son of Beast was a really rough wooden coaster, but I think it got more attention mainly because it was torn down so fast. It really got more attention being torn down than when it was really actually there. But it was rough. It had the first loop for a wooden coaster, but it really beat you up. So, Banshee's a nice replacement in that spot. I think it's great. And there's other, tombstones and little hints of Son of Beast throughout that ride.
My favorite coaster at Kings Island is the Beast. It is a wooden coaster that was built in 1979, and it was the tallest, fastest, and longest wooden coaster in the world. Now it is still the longest. It's over 4 minutes long. And what's great about this coaster is it is a true wooden coaster. A lot of new coasters are hybrid coasters where the tracks are kind of integrated, but it's a true woody. A lot of things have been added on since its original debut. The reason why I like the Beast so much, it's very smooth. I know wooden coasters sometimes scare people because they think it's going to be a really rough ride. The Beast is not. It's very smooth, and it's fun. It's enjoyable. It's like no others. We've ridden many other wooden coasters like Goliath and El Toro, but the Beast is my favorite. It takes you on an adventure. You are going up and through the woods. You go through several wooden structures, and it's a sensory experience along the way. You go through some of these tunnels, and you can smell the dirt, and they feel really cold, and as you're going through the trees and you hear the birds, and you can smell the wood and the oil, and it just adds so much more to just a typical coaster. And throughout those 4 minutes, it's like a whole different experience. I love it. It's my favorite wooden coaster in the country.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the Beast is a really good ride. It's very debatable which is the best wooden coaster between El Toro, the Beast, the Voyage.
Red light camera ahead.
Well, there's a red light camera ahead, guys. So it's very debatable whether, the Beast or El Toro, the Voyage at Holiday World. They're all great wooden coasters, and everybody has their personal opinion which one's the best. Maybe you guys can comment, below and tell us which wooden coaster is your favorite.
And every wooden coaster has its own special uniqueness that it makes it fun, whether it's its speed or its banked turns. Let us know what your favorite is. What's the best coaster in your opinion?
Well, one thing I will say about the Beast, here's a little tip. If you're riding, the Beast has 3 seats in it. Per car. If you get in the middle seat, you do kind of a teeter effect, so it's not going to be as rough as if you're in the front or the back of the car. So each car, if you're riding it, try to stay in the middle. So on this particular coaster, the front seat isn't necessarily the best. It's the second seat. Well, it's the first car, but second seat. That's my personal favorite, and it's very smooth if you ride it like that. Now, I've ridden the same train in a different seat that's not the middle, and it's rough. So that's very different. It's a different ride depending where you sit in that particular train too.
Another great tip is if you get a chance to have a night ride on any ride, definitely go to the Beast, because being a wooden coaster and going through the woods, it's pitch dark and you cannot see anything. So between the speed and the turns and the structures, it's pitch dark. It's so much fun. If you go early in the season like we did, being the very end of April, it gets dark earlier, so you get more night rides on the Beast, and you can marathon ride it. It's so smooth.
A little fun fact for Kings Island, you coaster nerds out there. Firehawk, which is in the back section of the park near Flight of Fear, that used to be at Geauga Lake. So for you Ohio fans that love Geauga Lake, which I'm sure there's a lot watching, everybody loves Geauga Lake, that was actually called X-Flight. And when Six Flags took over Geauga Lake back in the day, they added, a few new coasters, and that was one of them. It was a green coaster, which is a flying coaster. And you go up the track backwards, you lay on your back, and then once you get to the top, it flips you over and you're on your stomach throughout the rest of the ride. Yeah. So if you still want to ride, one of the coasters from Geauga Lake, they're out there at various parks. I know Kings Island has Dominator down there, and the Arcana. And they also had El Dorado, Kings Dominion too, which was their Magic Carpet ride. And Michigan's Adventure has Thunderhawk. So the coasters that were at Geauga Lake, they're out there. You can still ride most of them. Some of them, were scrapped. The double loop was scrapped.
We're not going to go through and explain every single coaster that Kings Island has, but you can definitely check out their website and their social media and read about what each coaster is, and of course watch POVs, watch some of our videos and read our articles, and it'll keep you up to date on everything that's happening with the new coasters and their existing coasters.
So another cool event coming up pretty soon at Kings Island is Coaster Stock, and it's for coaster enthusiasts that are members of coaster clubs. There's about 7 or 8 different clubs that you can sign up for, and you can attend special events, and one of these events is Coaster Stock. Coaster Stock allows coaster enthusiasts to go behind the scenes and do behind the scenes tours of the coasters and walk around the coasters where you're not normally allowed, and have special access. And the most important, you get exclusive ride time after the park closes and before it opens. So it's only this elite group or special group that is allowed on the ride at the time. And that's a big benefit for being a club member. And aside from that, there's meals throughout the day, and tours of, last year we toured, what was that thing we toured, the slushy stand or something?
I believe it was Rita's, their new Rita's Italian Ice.
Rita's Italian Ice. We toured last year. It was really cool. They showed us, how they made the Rita's Italian Ices. And we did a behind-the-scenes tour of Banshee. We walked all around that coaster. So if you weren't there for Media Day,
and Diamondback.
Yeah, we walked around Diamondback and the Beast. We did a walk back on the Beast, which was really cool, to go deep into the woods and see, the back sections of the Beast. And their PR guy, Don, he was there explaining everything and how it worked and how their chain lift worked and a little bit about the ride. So that was fun. But that's coming up the weekend of May 20th. I think you have until May 8th, I believe, to sign up for that. But you have to be a member of a coaster club. So go to Kings Island website, which is visitkingsisland.com. You can go to the events section and look at Coaster Stock, and it'll give you the 7 or 8 different clubs you can join, which is just a personal preference of which one. I know the Great Ohio Coaster Club is one you can join. The Coaster Crew, and of course ACE, the American Coaster Enthusiast, and there's a couple others on there. And it doesn't matter which one you are a member of.
The event is 3 days long, and one thing that I want to add is, if you've been to Kings Island, I highly recommend this. If you've never been to Kings Island, you should definitely do it. It's great because the 3-day event, they have everything planned out for you, so you don't have to study a map and think, what am I going to do? Am I going to get to ride everything? What are the lines like? Because of the ERT and the provided meals and everything, it makes everything so much easier. They take care of it all for you. All you got to do is go and enjoy yourself. You meet a lot of new people, you make new friends, and you get to just talk about coasters and learn a lot of information. They even have some keynote speakers there discussing the rides and the history. Fabulous event. Highly recommended. We'll definitely be there. When it comes to Kings Island, we really don't have anything negative to say. We have traveled to parks all over the country, and they all have their strengths and weaknesses. But Kings Island, we said it is one of our favorites, not only because of the coasters and the experiences and the shows and stuff that they offer, but they're just extremely organized. Everything from when you enter the park and the tolls, the gates, to parking, to entrance. If you go through and ask any random employee a question, either they know the answer or they immediately find someone that can answer it for you. And we've just experienced this time and time again, and they have always just given amazing customer service. Even through the rides, they engage with everyone, they talk to them, they hype them up over their speaker, and it just makes the experience so much more enjoyable, especially if you're waiting in a long queue line.
Even this time, they went out of their way.
Keep left onto I-70 East.
Even on this visit, they went out of their way to find Allie a different size shirt that was in their warehouse. So not only is it, they know what they're talking about, they go out of their way to help you. And I feel like some of the other parks, in the industry, don't do that so much.
And now we want to talk a little bit about the coasters that Kings Island has. Some of the different parks have, they might have 10 coasters, but only a few of them you can actually ride over and over and over again because they kind of beat you up a little bit. Kings Island is not that way. They have many coasters, and they are all pretty smooth. You can marathon ride on just about any coaster. I mentioned the Beast is one of my favorites. Another favorite is Flight of Fear. We have ridden the Flight of Fear at both Kings Dominion and Kings Island, and it's indoors, and the majority of the ride is almost pitch darkness. It starts with a launch, and then it takes you through all kinds of twists and turns, and you are upside down. And it's a very fun ride. Being involved with haunting, we love the dark, we love the suspense and the fear of the unknown that comes with darkness. So you combine that with the thrill and the enjoyment of coasters, it's a win-win. Very fun ride, highly recommended. What's your favorite?
Well, I'm not so much, I couldn't marathon ride Flight of Fear, that's for sure. I like Flight of Fear, but one and done for me on that one. Diamondback is one that I could ride over and over. It's very smooth. It's a B&M clamshell style coaster. So it's like Apollo's Chariot or, the new Fury down in Carowinds. It's similar. So I really like those style coasters. I know Mako's opening up soon. It's that style. And I could ride those over and over and over again, just like Millennium Force. It's so smooth. But other than that, I like Banshee. I don't know that, more than a couple rides for that, and I'm good. One of my favorite rides at Kings Island is the Bat. And a little bit of quick history on the Bat. When Paramount owned this park, it's a hanging coaster, and it was called Top Gun back then. And once Cedar Fair bought the park, they changed the name and branding of all their coasters from, they didn't have the rights to keep some of the names, such as Smurfs and some of this other stuff. So they changed Top Gun to Flight Deck, which was still very similar. Still had a fighter pilot theme to it. And, years late went by, and now they changed it. When they debuted Banshee, they rethemed Flight Deck as the Bat. So now it's orange and black, and it's really cool. It's still a really fun ride. It's smooth. I like it. It reminds me a lot of the old Iron Dragon at Cedar Point. So it's a lot of fun. It's way over in the corner where Son of Beast used to be, where Banshee now is. It's like a 2-mile walk to get to it. So if you do go over there, you're going to ride this thing a few times. But I highly recommend it if you're at the park to take the extra mile, literally, to get there and ride it.
Another awesome experience that we got to enjoy during this trip to Kings Island was we were invited to a special event. And what this event is called the Best Day Ever Pizza Party. And the concept with this was Snoopy is having a late night party. He's in his PJs. He's inviting everyone to come have some pizza, some snacks and drinks with him, and then get to watch the fireworks spectacular.
What's really unique about the party, it's above the Kings Island entrance. You'll see the big glass windows when you go into the park. Well, that's actually a restaurant. And during the fireworks, that restaurant's closed. So the only way to watch fireworks from above the entrance is to get invited to this exclusive event or this exclusive party. So how do you get invited? Well, the ambassadors of the park will just randomly hand out invites to this party. So there's no real way to say, I want to go to this party. You can't sign up or anything like that. You just have to be walking around mainly in Snoopy Land, and one of the ambassadors will have to give you an invitation. So it's all luck of the draw, but it is really, really a unique view. And we have a video on our page. I did a live feed, Facebook Live, of the fireworks, that from up there, and it's pretty spectacular.
I just wanted to add something that I must commend Kings Island on is this year, brand new for this year, they added water bottle refill stations. And if you're someone like me that always has a water bottle on hand and drinks water constantly throughout the day, this was huge. Not only because you don't have to wait in those long lines just to ask for a cup of water, but if you take in your special bottle, your refill bottle that you get during the season, you can refill it constantly all day and stay hydrated. You don't have to use a water fountain to try and fill up your bottle. So thank you so much, Kings Island, for providing that. Really appreciate it. So there you have it. We just visited Kings Island in Mason, Ohio. Thanks for watching this episode of On the Road with Coaster Nation. Stay tuned for more episodes as we visit theme parks and ride coasters around the world.
Don't forget to follow us on our social media at Coaster Nation and subscribe to our YouTube channel, or you can visit us online at coasternation.com. But until next time,
keep your eyes on the road
and your hands in the air.
Scene 1, Apple, take 2.
Kings Island in Mason, Ohio, which is just outside.
Hold on. We messed up.
And you're watching On the Road with Coaster Nation. Cut.
This one is smooth as can be. A little bit. What's? Cut.
Yeah, Banshee is also one of my most. It's a little known fact on the first wooden loop. Boy, that was bad. It cut.
Snoopy has a late night PJ.
Swim. You have to swim it out.
Okay.
Get them jitters out.
Okay. The park just added this year
Keep
is
left onto I-70 East.
coasters, and they're all pretty smooth. Some when there is rain and some of the rides are shut down, you can go to shows.
Oh shit. Fun ride. It's smooth. I like it. It reminds me a lot of the old Iron Dragon and Busch Gardens, so it's a lot of fun.
You said Iron Dragon at Busch Gardens. There's Iron Dragon at Cedar Point, and there's Big Bad Wolf at Busch Gardens. Wah, wah. Someone like me that constantly drinks water bottles. So now we're going to talk a little bit about the coasters that King That's going to make a good blooper.
Cut.
Cut.
Cut.